The following program is brought to you by RadioMultiverse, that good old radio station at the center of Outlands, bringing you tunes and tales from all known dimensions. That's RadioMultiverse. Presenting Spirit of the Century. Follow the incredible adventures of the Centurions, men and women born on the first day of the first year of a century and gifted with amazing abilities far beyond the common man. Follow their adventurous lives filled with danger and excitement as they travel the globe, making groundbreaking discoveries and thwarting evil along the way. Starring Dowager Horst as Dr. Stoltz, Richard Hutnell as Bill Hex, Dries Lux as the Shadow of the Jungle, and Spuffnum Gamble as Ferdinand Faustin in Spirit of the Century! And today the Centurions will be starring in The Mystery of Monster Island.
Hello, it's once again time for Radio Multiverse RPG with your host, Ramsey. And today we have the very, very final episode of our adventure in Spirit of the Century, The Mystery of Monster Island. Not gonna say this is the final game we're gonna play in Spirit of the Century, but this will be the end of the adventure and my GMing for at least a short while. But yeah, I have a very exciting session planned for you today. But first, let us see what happened to our players.
We died.
What, you're dead?
No. Hello, Internet. I hope you're feeling well today. Let's see. How am I today? Nervous, really nervous. Tomorrow there's the trial run of No Exit that I am hoping will go well.
What? Trial run, no exit? What are you talking about?
That horror game he's been telling us about.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to try it out on a group of real life friends. So people that have actually touched biologically, however you're going to define it. And yeah, I'm just curious how it will go, since it is not a genre I'm familiar with. Also, next week, tournament. Having to show my forms for a crowd, and there's one form in it which isn't really still needs work because it's not my best form.
Don't forget to oil up.
And bribe the jury, also very helpful.
I will use my feminine wiles.
So
what
you're
feminine?
awesome.
You're not feminine.
Oh wait, wrong situation. Okay, I'll find a good strategy.
Yeah, money. That always helps.
Money!
Are you trying to bribe us? Yes, you're under arrest.
Hey Dries, how's it going with you?
It's good.
On your end. Cool.
Quite good. It's weekend, so that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, and for the listening audience, I will apologize in advance if I start rambling, not making a lot of sense. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately, and I tend to start rambling when I'm tired. Anyway, Richard, what's happening?
Oh, nothing much. Just having a lot of issues lately, but hey, none of them your guys' worries.
Well, actually, you're our kind of our friend, so
Yeah.
I know, but it's nothing that I need to worry everybody out there about.
All right. Just if you need a helping hand, and we can help, just say it, okay?
Yeah, it's like not saying like I need movers. Yeah, just let me get a plane ticket for $1,000.
Yeah.
Coming your way.
Some people are crazy enough to do that, but not wealthy enough to do that.
Yeah.
I think it's cheaper for us to just send some money to Richard, like with PayPal, so we can hire some movers. I think that's actually cheaper. No, but seriously, Richard, lots of luck, and I hope everything turns out all right on your end.
Thank you.
Maybe you should train your cats to move your furniture.
Problem is,
I think they're a little small for that.
Problem is, no, that's not a problem. Once you get to the new location, your furniture will stay moving because the cat doesn't know when to move and when not to move.
Okay.
Funny.
But anyway. Last but not least, we have a Spuffnum. Oh, what's going on your end?
Well, I'd say my days have been mediocre like previously, but I have been actually training a bit of chess playing. So
Cool.
Chess.
that's at least something.
Never really picked up on that.
Oh, it's very fun, but I always lose.
You can always hit me up for a game, and I'll try to lose gracefully.
Really? Good.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna sucker punch you.
Well, we can actually play. This is a funny thing, but we can actually play chess over on the internet via any board games. That thing we always use. Chess is one of the things that comes like pre-programmed in.
Really?
So
Wow.
yeah, you can
And you
always
just
try
mentioned
that.
that now? Dawa, I
Yeah,
told you. Let's
there's
leave
all
this
sorts
place
of
and
games
play
in this
the-
thing, man.
Dawa, let's.
Advertise. Go to anywhereboardgames.com. We are not paid by Robert Butchick Rossi. I just really like this program. Robert
Let's
is the
do
guy
it.
who made this thing, by the way.
Yes. Let's ditch this game and go play some chess.
Yes. No! Shut up. Chess is boring! At least compared to this game. Anyway. So yeah, glad to hear from you again, Spuffnum. Thanks for coming. But it is time for us to get started with another exciting adventure of Spirit of the Century. Who's up for a recap?
Me!
Sure,
Cool.
let's do it.
Let's get started.
When last we left our heroes, they had just defeated the giant mechanical spider that had been menacing them ever since the start of their adventure. But as they were making preparations to take the fight to the evil Doctrine, yet another army of killer robots found them first. After a spectacular skirmish, the Centurions managed to subdue their attackers, but unfortunately, during the battle, their recently acquired futuristic automobile paid the ultimate price, and was destroyed. Which was unfortunate, seeing as Dr. Stoltz had only just repaired it. But as is often the case, adversity brings out ingenuity, and by combining Bill Hex's magic and Dr. Stoltz's science, our heroes managed to build an amazing flying boat propelled by powerful ray beam engines. Using their new vehicle, the Centurions made their way to Doctrine's volcano lair, where they literally assaulted the gates by crashing their ray-powered magic boat into the front entrance, with explosive results. But just as they were planning on making their way into the base, even more enemies appeared. While it first seemed these newcomers were robotic in nature, just like all of Doctrine's other minions, our heroes soon made a grisly discovery. Because inside of these monstrous machines, they found none other than the very people they had been looking for, the Men of Action. And while they luckily were still alive, they were seriously weakened as they had been used by the diabolical machines as a source of power. And even though the Centurions managed to defeat all of the machines in the end and free the Men of Action, they soon found themselves surrounded by even more of Doctrine's killer contraptions. Our heroes fought with everything they had, but in the end, it seemed like all their previous fights had taken their toll, and in the end, they were overwhelmed and captured. Imprisoned, incarcerated, and incapacitated, our brave adventurers now find themselves at the mercy of the sinister Doctrine. Will they escape, or is it the end of their exciting existence? Find out in the fantastic final installment of The Mystery of Monster Island, in today's episode of Spirit of the Century!
I love these things.
Thank you. And you wouldn't believe how many times I had to re-record the part where I'm talking about the magic boat with the ray-powered engines, because I just kept bursting into laughter because of how ridiculous it is.
That is Spirit of the Century.
Yeah.
Yes, far-fetched solutions, right?
Exactly. I do like the thing I came up with adversity leads to ingenuity. I remember that one. But yeah. So yes, for you people at home, no, you didn't miss anything. Our heroes getting captured happened off screen.
And of course, the DM bribed us to go along with it.
Yes.
Yes, as you can see, we have 2 new lovely fate points each.
Exactly,
I do not accept bribes.
You just
You
did.
apparently
Right.
did, Dries, because
Right.
you do not accept bribes.
Oh.
Oh, there, you muted yourself there.
Oops. Testing.
Testing.
Yes. Good.
Mhm.
You can have a groom if you want.
No, thank you.
Alright, heard some of you would like to hide some stuff on your person, because when you're like brought into the base, of course you're like searched, but luckily for you, these are like pretty dumb, basically programmed robots, so maybe they won't notice if you try to hide like a small object on your person. Let's start going down the line of how you're organized on my screen, at least. Dawa, I heard you wanted to like hide a gun?
Actually, I have reconsidered and I want to
And furniture is
conceal some tools on my person for,
What kind
picking
of
locks.
tools?
Lock picking.
You need to be specific. You can't like hide a bunch of tools, they'll get noticed.
How about a lock-picking tool kit?
Yes, lock picking tool.
You don't have a lockpicking tool. You just have basic tools. We've gone over this. Unless you want to pay me a fate point to have a lockpicking tool.
Let's see. Let's go for a set of a screwdriver, which you can.
A screwdriver it is. Now, you may want to make a check that you've never of a skill you've never used yet. We've actually so underused that I have to actually look up what its name was again. Oh yeah, I think it's burglary. Yes, burglary. Yes, it's burglary. Give me a burglary roll, you thief, you.
You hoodlum.
It's a. Let's see. Everett. Oh, wait. No. It's a fair.
It's fair. That's fair. Also, I completely forgot to put up my dice. But hold on, no worries. No, I forgot something. I'll just quickly get them out. And I'll just grab my dice box while you guys are doing other things.
Yes, I'm working on my
Not going
monsters.
to interrupt the entire game for that.
By the way, just so you know,
Wow, 3 minuses. Yes, Richard?
I don't know if I have to say it again, but last time we played, I told you I wanted to hide the combat knife in my boot.
Yes, I know, Richard, and I'll get to you once it's your turn, no worries. That way you're in luck, the robot totally doesn't notice. So, you have your screwdriver. Dries, do you want to hide something?
Well, that is a very good question. Where would I hide it?
That's a very good point. You have kind of a hard time with that, so unless you come up with something ingenious...
I probably could place one of my arrow tips in my cloth somewhere that I folded over a couple of times.
You want at the tip of an arrow? Are you certain it's gonna help you somehow?
I don't know, it's made out of volcanic glass or metalite.
Oh, one of those you grabbed from that. That's a terrible roll. That's also what 2 minuses is called. Terrible. Unfortunately, the roll goes in the volcano. He noticed the volcanic glass and places it with the other weapons.
Do not worry, my friends. I let myself be cut so others could be successful.
Okay, so Richard, you wanted to hide the combat knife?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me the burglary roll.
Burglary roll thingy.
That's not too bad.
What did you?
Okay. You the road like stops for a moment at your boots, and for a moment you think like, oh no, shit, I've been caught. But then for some reason he gets by this weird plant that's for some reason stuck to your boot. He like picks it up, and for some reason he collects it, and he completely didn't notice the knife. How strange.
Sweet.
What kind of plant is he so intrigued by?
It's
That explosive plant.
it's some kind of a flower that Bill Hex trampled, and without even paying any attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll science on it to discover its purpose?
Sure.
Totally following up on the red herrings. Playing game 101. 8.
That's a lot. It's, you think, a flower indigenous to this island, because you've never seen it before. It looks quite exotic indeed. As a matter of fact, you think it was slightly glowing a little bit. It's very... As a matter...
Ah, yes. It is all making sense now.
Yeah, it's especially strange since the robot pays attention to it and collects that specifically. So there's something in his programming that wants him to pay attention to things like this.
I see. Resource gathering.
Exactly. And that's what you discovered. Spovanum, I'm not certain if there's something you want to hide on your person, even though you're a martial artist.
Boosh.
Maybe, but at least he doesn't want his eyeglasses taken, that's for certain.
Oh no, they're not gonna take your glasses. They don't pay attention to your glasses.
Good. So, he doesn't actually try to hide the booze. He will he will have it in his hand and say something to the effect of, "You're at least. Can you at least let me have this for my for the cold and lonely? Well, maybe not. Let's
You could
see.
say that.
Yes.
Time in incarnation, would that be suitable?
Yes, exactly. Well, actually, sorry, robots aren't programmed to have pity or compassion, so they take the beer away from you.
No.
Well, Jill is
Exactly.
meant to suffer.
So, and there's
Let's
nothing
take
you'd
these
like to
books.
hide?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Well, it could be something you wouldn't expect, like I don't know, maybe a compass or something. I don't know. But if you can't think of anything that would be useful, that's up to you.
It's not in his style, maybe.
Yeah,
He's
right.
more
You're
like
more a kind of guy who doesn't need tools. It's true. Okay, cool. So yes, you are moved to the prison block. Well, actually, when you awoke, because you were like knocked out, you were more or less already in the prison block. It's actually this long corridor full of prison cells, but they look pretty advanced. You're like all put into separate cells. Unfortunately, yes, separate. So you can't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like you've only like been there for like a couple of hours now, and they still seem to be they still seem to be knocked out. So you haven't heard them. You haven't had a chance to talk to them yet. Now like I said, you've only been there a couple of hours. Do you want to say like stuff? Would you want to discuss anything before stuff happens? And meanwhile, I'm gonna find my box.
I am going to wait for 5 to 10 minutes to make certain of phones.
Okay, give me a alertness roll.
Are those all my dice? No, those are not all my dice. These do not roll. I will roll them now.
Huh, that's weird.
That is superb. I like this roll.
Okay. There doesn't seem to be any cameras in the cells themselves. How foolish. But there are plenty of cameras in the hallways that are constantly moving around, going zoom, zoom. The
Very
tiles,
good.
actually,
Yeah.
yourselves are mostly like rock-like, not cement or anything. They're like actually made of stone that's been cut out. But in the hallway, there are the hallways are lined with these metallic-looking tiles. That to you look suspicious. Actually, yeah, you rolled pretty well. They don't look like pressure-sensitive tiles or anything, but from the strange way that they hum, and you, especially with your expertise on electricity, you think they're electrified. So it's particularly dangerous out there, and they're regularly like a couple of guard robots come passing by. They seem to look pretty similar to the shock bots that you've encountered outside. So
Indeed.
the same cylinder-like body with like a dome on top of it with a singular eye and tube-like limbs. You know the ones.
This is also a good way to what is the English word? Recharge the robots. Just electrify the floor, let them collect the electricity, and top up their internal reserves.
Hold on, they seem to the soles of their feet or have this their feet are kind of wrapped in a material that the other shockbots weren't. They seem to be made of rubber.
Insulated.
So they're protected against the effect of the electrified tiles, because the tiles are constantly electrified.
That is rather silly. And not as elegant as I'd hoped.
Maybe overkill.
I do not know what overkill is. I only know open fire and I need to reload.
Okay, anybody else who wants to do something or say something?
Well, you know what? I actually do. I'm going to figure out where they put my equipment. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to sit down on the ground, cross my legs, and meditate on where my hex gauntlet is, because I know the magic that it carries.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Give me a mysteries roll.
So it's a 4.
That's totally neutral. Well, that's still a great. So, hold on. Where's my map? You think your gauntlets are about 2 stories up. And you're not certain where exactly they are, because your fortune telling isn't specific enough for that. But when you would be close to them, you know where they are. You just know you need to go 2 stories up, and you have like a vague idea of where they are, but you've never actually seen the place, so you're not 100% certain. But you do have a vague idea of where you need to go at least. So they're unfortunately not on the same floor.
Okay.
I think Ferdinand will just meditate. He doesn't really have much he can do.
You could always talk to each other, maybe start planning or whatever.
He could philosophy.
Can I go Mjolnir? Can I go Mjolnir on my spear? Like, come to me, my spear. Chuck, 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 chuck. There he is.
Technically, but don't you want to wait for the right moment to do that?
Yes, I know, but I'm just asking.
Yes, actually, you actually have the ability to do that, because you have a weapon of destiny. If you spend a fate point, you will automatically have your weapon.
Fools.
That's what it says in the rules. Even if you're prevented from gaining access to it, you can still pay a fate point to immediately get it.
All my enemies are fools.
And your allies are geniuses.
No, they're my enemies.
So if you guys don't wanna if you guys don't want to do or say anything, I'll just head to the next scene. It's up to you
not
guys.
just yet. I suspect Doctrine will be here to gloat.
Well, that's what most villains like to
And
do.
then I summon my spear and shish kebab him.
Yes!
That would be anticlimactic. I have won! Dead.
So, I know that. What is everybody around me or something?
In these cells around.
I already said you're in separate cells.
No, I
you're
know,
like
but
in your
they're
cells are lined
close to
next
me.
to each other.
Okay.
Yes. I think yours is like more or less. Well, no, there's 4 of you. I can't say in the middle, but you're one of the
Okay.
middle ones.
Now, when I sensed my gauntlet, could I sense any other auras around it?
Well, yeah, magical things. Yes, there's something magical around it. There's, of course, the Spear of Ik, which I think you're also accustomed to each aura. It's also not far away from it. And there's like vague magical emanations all over the place, but they're like vague and they feel similar to what you found in the local fauna, like the animals and the crab and what have you.
Wait a minute. Fascinating.
It's actually good that you brought that up. I completely forgot that.
Okay.